I think I am audible. Great. So we are very soon will begin our program. Dignitaries are on their way. So before we commence today's proceeding, may I request your kind cooperation in ensuring the smooth and dignified conduct of the program. Kindly take your designated seats and remain seated throughout the program. We request everyone to keep their mobile phones on silent mode to avoid any disturbance during the event. Photography and videography are being carried out by the official team. We request you to avoid moving around the venue unnecessarily during the program. In case of any emergency or assistance, our volunteer will happy to help you. So very soon we'll begin, and I request that whenever our dignitaries will reach, please stand up and with a huge round of applause we'll welcome them. Right? Thank you so much. May I request everyone to kindly rise from your seat and welcome our guest with a huge round of applause. You may take your seats now. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of vision, commitment, and collective efforts. With these inspiring words, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Honorable Minister, distinguished dignitaries, senior government officials, esteemed industry leaders, members of academia, valued partners, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat. I am Dr. Dharna Bhatt, and it is my privilege to have the honor of hosting today's panel discussion under prestigious Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference 2026 Central Gujarat Region, organized by Directorate of Employment and Training, Government of Gujarat, here in vibrant city of Vadodara. Today's event is more than just a gathering. It is a shared commitment to strengthening the synergy between government, industry, and academia to create a skilled future-ready workforce that will drive Gujarat's growth and global competitiveness. It is my privilege to welcome our esteemed dignitaries. I welcome Honorable Shri Kuvarji Bavadia Sir, Cabinet Ministry, Labour Skill Development, Employment and Rural Development, Government of Gujarat. I also welcome Honorable Stuti Charan Ma'am, IAS Director of Employment and Training, Gandhinagar. I welcome Dr. S.P. Singh Sir, Director Journal, Kaushalya the Skill University. I also welcome Mr. J.B. Mistry Sir, Regional Deputy Director, Department of Employment and Training, Vadodara Region. On behalf of the Directorate of Employment and Training, Government of Gujarat, I also extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished dignitaries, representatives from industry and academia, our valued industry partner, regional deputy directors, principals, officers, and staff of the Vadodara region. Every new beginning is marked by a meaningful gesture that symbolizes growth, prosperity, and a shared commitment to the future. To formally inaugurate today's conference, may I request our Honorable Chief Guest and all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward for plant watering ceremony. May I also request the audience to encourage our distinguished guest with a warm round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Every great initiative is guided by visionary leadership. It is now my privilege to honor our esteemed dignitaries whose guidance and unwavering commitment continue to strengthen the ecosystem of skill development, employment in Gujarat. To commence the felicitation ceremony, I respectfully invite Ms. Stuti Charan Ma'am, IAS Director of Employment and Training, Gandhinagar, to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Shri Kuvarji Bavadia Sir, Cabinet Ministry of Labour, Skill Development, Employment and Rural Development, Government of Gujarat. Thank you, sir. Sir, your visionary leadership continues to inspire us towards building skilled and empowered Gujarat. Now I again request Mr. J.B. Mistry, sir, Regional Deputy Director, Department of Employment and Training, Vadodara Region, to present a bouquet and memento and welcome Honorable Stuti Charan Ma'am, IAS Director of Employment and Training, Gandhinagar, with a bouquet and memento. Ma'am, your inspiring leadership continues to create meaningful opportunities for our youth and institutions. Now I request Mr. A.R. Shastri, Sir, Principal Class 1, ITI Tarsali, to present a bouquet and memento to Dr. S.P. Singh, Sir, Director Journal, Kaushalya the Skill University. Sir, your dynamic vision continue to shape the future-ready global competitive workforce for Gujarat. Thank you, sir. Finally, I request Mr. D.J. Varmura, Principal ITI Class 1, ITI Godhra, to present bouquet to Shri J.P. Mistry, sir, RDD Vadodara. Thank you, sir. A strong and progressive Gujarat is built on the foundation of skilled youth, visionary leadership, and a commitment to excellence. Guiding this vision with dedication and foresight is our esteemed Director of Employment and Training, Ms. Stuti Charan Ma'am, IAS. It is now my privilege to invite Ms. Stuti Charan Ma'am, IAS Director of Employment and Training, Gandhinagar, to deliver a welcome address and set the tone for today's conference. Please, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. My kind request is, जो लोग नीचे बैठे हैं, please take your seats on chair. Yeah. Namaskar. As we all know, that India has made a deliberate strategic shift from being a consumer of semiconductors and artificial intelligence technologies to becoming a global producer, innovator, and a trusted partner in advanced technology ecosystem. We also know that India's semiconductor mission, the government of India has laid the foundation for a comprehensive semiconductors value chain spanning design, fabrication, assembly, testing, and packaging. We also know that India's semiconductor market is projected to reach over $100 billion, US billion dollars by 2030. Today in this seminar, we are focusing on these skills, advanced skills for semiconductors industries, for Industry 4.0, as well as AI. And we all know that when technologies changes, we need upgradation of skills, matching the pace with the advancements. So आज जो हमारा पैनल डिस्कशंस है और जो हमारा फोकस है वो यही है कि हमारा डिपार्टमेंट जो चेंजिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज़ हैं, जो अपकमिंग सेक्टर्स हैं जो बूम कर रहे हैं, जो इंडिया को प्रोड्यूसर भी बना रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट द इम्पोर्टर एंड असेंबलिंग, बट वी वांट टू प्रोड्यूस हियर, वी वांट टू ऐड द वैल्यू एडिशन इन ऑल द प्रोडक्ट्स we consume, and we want to export that value added products to other nations rather than importing them at high cost. So I request all the participants, I'm very thankful that all the panelists have joined us here in the presence of Honorable Cabinet Minister Sir. And I wish that whatever discussions are taken today, please, we should have a good takeaways and we should try to match these skills. We will also develop that a momentum for the advanced skilling in semiconductors, because you all know many companies are investing in India. We have Tata Electrics, we have Micron, we have various big companies which are focusing on AI. So we also need to develop that skills so that our youth is, employed and they don't get that fear that AI is coming and we will lose our jobs. No, whenever any technology changes come, you always needed human skills. Nobody can match human intelligence, even if it is AI or whatever. So I believe that natural intelligence and human intervention will never vanish. So we will focus on these upcoming skills also in these sectors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring and thought-provoking address. Your words have beautifully reinforced the vision of creating a skilled, future-ready Gujarat and have set an encouragement direction for today's deliberations. We now have the distinct honor of inviting Honorable Shri Kuwarji Bawadia Sir, Honorable Cabinet Minister for Labour, Skill Development, Employment and Rural Development, Government of Gujarat. Sir, under your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment, Gujarat continues to strengthen its ecosystem of skill development, employment generation, and inclusive growth. Your guidance has been instrumental in shaping policies that empower our youth and contribute to the state's remarkable progress. On behalf of everyone gathered here today, I humbly request you to address this distinguished gathering and share your valuable vision and guidance. Please, sir.
કેમ છો બધા? મૂંઝાયેલા વાયું લાગે છે. શું કરું? પેલા લઈ લો, લઈ જાઓ. બરોડાની જનતા મૂંઝાયેલી રહે એવું તો કેમ ચાલે? થોડા સવારમાં બધાએ મોજમાં રહેવું જોઈએ, હસવું જોઈએ. વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત રિજનલ કોન્ફરન્સ 2026 ઉત્તર ગુજરાત, સૌરાષ્ટ્ર, દક્ષિણ ગુજરાત અને આજે આપની વચ્ચે આપણે મધ્ય ગુજરાત એટલે બરોડા ખાતેથી જ્યારે વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત રિજનલ કોન્ફરન્સની આજે શરૂઆત ગઈકાલે થઈ છે, આજે બીજો દિવસ છે. ત્યારે આજના પ્રસંગે આપણી વચ્ચે ઉપસ્થિત મારા વિભાગના લેબર, સ્કિલ ડેવલપમેન્ટ અને એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ, રોજગાર એને લક્ષીને આજના જ્યારે આપણે મળ્યા છે ત્યારે આપણી વચ્ચે ઉપસ્થિત અમારા એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ એન્ડ ટ્રેનિંગ સેન્ટરના ડાયરેક્ટર આદરણીય મેડમ સ્તુતિ ચારણ મેડમ, અમારા કેએસયુના ડીઈઓ કેપી સિંઘજી, રિજનલ ડાયરેક્ટર સ્કિલ ડેવલપમેન્ટના જેપી મિશ્રાજી, અને આપ સૌ મારા વિભાગના આઈટીઆઈ ક્ષેત્રના લેબર વિભાગના બધા અધિકારી મિત્રો, એને જેના માધ્યમથી આ એક સફળતાપૂર્વક આ રિજનલ કોન્ફરન્સ થવાની છે અને થવા જઈ રહી છે, એવા સૌ ઉદ્યોગ જગતના અગ્રણી મિત્રો, આપણી વચ્ચે શૈક્ષણિક સંસ્થાઓના પ્રતિનિધિઓ, જનપ્રતિનિધિઓ, વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો, સાથે આજના કાર્યક્રમને માણવા માટે આમંત્રિત સૌ યુવા અને યુવતીઓ, ભાઈઓ બહેનો, મહાનુભાવો, આજના પ્રસંગે પ્રેસ મીડિયાના મિત્રો, આપ સૌને હું આજના કાર્યક્રમમાં આવકારું છું. અને આપ સૌને જે રીતે આપણે કહ્યું જેમ આ મધ્ય ગુજરાતની આપણી ગુજરાત વાઇબ્રન્ટ રિજનલ કોન્ફરન્સ આ બીજો દિવસ છે. તમારા સૌના માધ્યમથી ખૂબ સરસ મજાની સફળતાપૂર્વક પરિણામલક્ષી જેનું પરિણામ આવે એ રીતે અહીંથી સફળ થાય એવી હું આપ સૌને શુભેચ્છા પાઠવું છું. વિશેષ સાથે તમને અભિનંદન પણ આપું છું કે તમે બધા સમયસર બધા જ મિત્રો, ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહ સાથે જોડાયેલા સૌ મિત્રો સાથે, શિક્ષણ જગત સાથે જોડાયેલા સૌ મિત્રો સહિત સમયસર ઉપસ્થિત રહ્યા બદલ હું તમારો સૌનો ફરી મારા વિભાગ વતી અને રાજ્ય સરકાર વતી આપનો આભાર માનું છું. મિત્રો, આજનો પ્રસંગ આપણા સૌના માટે આ વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાતનો બીજો દિવસ અને મધ્ય ગુજરાતમાં બરોડાએ એક જેને કહેવાય બંને ક્ષેત્રોમાં, ઔદ્યોગિક ક્ષેત્રમાં અને ક્રાંતિકારી ક્ષેત્ર તરીકે ગણીએ તો આ બરોડાની આજુબાજુમાંથી যদি ક્રાંતિઓ અત્યાર સુધી થઈ હોય ને તો આ વિસ્તારમાં થયા. એટલે આ બરોડાના ક્ષેત્રમાં, એટલે ખેડા હોય, બરોડા વગેરે એવા ક્ષેત્રમાંથી આપણે આજે મળી રહ્યા છીએ. તમારા ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહના બધા મિત્રોને પણ વિનંતી કે તમે તમારા ક્ષેત્રમાં હજુ પણ ખૂબ પ્રગતિ સાધો. સાથે સાથે દેશના વડાપ્રધાન અને રાજ્યના માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી અને આ સરકાર જે રીતે બંને ક્ષેત્રોમાં, ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહના ક્ષેત્રમાં અને રોજગારીના ક્ષેત્રમાં જે રીતે મહત્ત્વનું દરેક ક્ષેત્રમાં મહત્ત્વ આપી રહ્યા છે, એ રીતે યુવા યુવતીઓને એને સ્કિલવાળા મેન પાવર સાથે તમારા ક્ષેત્રમાં વિશેષ રોજગારી પણ તમારા તરફથી મળતી રહે અને અમારા તરફથી સ્કિલવાળા વિશેષ મેન પાવર મળી રહે તો એવો અમારો પ્રયત્ન રહેશે. આજે આપણે માત્ર એક કાર્યક્રમમાં ઉપસ્થિત નથી, પરંતુ ગુજરાતના વિકાસના નવા અધ્યાયના સહભાગી બની રહ્યા છીએ. આ વિકાસ યાત્રાની શરૂઆત માનનીય દેશના વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીએ ગુજરાતના જ્યારે મુખ્યમંત્રી હતા એ વખતે એમણે આ શરૂઆત કરી. તેમણે એક દૃઢ સંકલ્પ વ્યક્ત કર્યો હતો કે ગુજરાતને વૈશ્વિક રોકાણ, ઔદ્યોગિક વિકાસ અને રોજગારીનું શ્રેષ્ઠ કેન્દ્ર કઈ રીતે બનાવી શકાય એવા ઉદ્દેશ સાથે આ જે તે વખતે શરૂઆત ગુજરાતમાંથી કરેલી. આ વિચારમાંથી જન્મેલી વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત સમિટ આજે વિશ્વ સ્તરીય બ્રાન્ડ બની ગઈ છે. ફક્ત આપણા દેશ પૂરતું નહીં પણ વિશ્વમાં પણ એની નોંધ લેવાય છે. એ રીતનું આ એક એમનું સ્વપ્ન હતું, એ આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે. આજે વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત માત્ર રોકાણ સુધી સીમિત નથી, પરંતુ ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર, ઉદ્યોગ, કૌશલ્ય વિકાસ, નવી ટેકનોલોજી અને રોજગારીનું શક્તિશાળી એક પ્લેટફોર્મ બનવા જઈ રહ્યું છે, બની રહ્યું છે. માનનીય વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈએ એમનું જે વિઝન હતું એ વિઝનને આગળ વધારવા માટે ગુજરાત સરકારે પ્રદેશ આધારિત વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત રિજિયોનલ કોન્ફરન્સની શરૂઆત કરેલી. અને એ પ્રમાણે મેં હમણાં આપને કહ્યું તેમ ઉત્તર ગુજરાતમાં મહેસાણા ખાતેથી, સૌરાષ્ટ્રમાં રાજકોટ ખાતેથી, દક્ષિણ ગુજરાતમાં સુરત ખાતેથી અને આજે આપણે મધ્ય ગુજરાતમાં જેને કહેવાય આપણે કીધું ઉદ્યોગો અને બીજા શિક્ષણ ક્ષેત્રમાં જે હબ જેવું જેને કહીએ શરૂઆત અહીંથી થઈ છે એવા વડોદરાના આપણે આપ સૌ આજે આ મધ્ય ગુજરાતની વાઇબ્રન્ટ કોન્ફરન્સમાં આપણે આજે બેઠા છીએ તે અહીં વિચારો મૂકવા માટે અને પરામર્શ કરવા માટે એમઓયુ કરવા માટે આપણે બધા આ દેશના વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈનું રાજ્ય સરકારનું વિઝન છે, સ્વપ્નું છે એને સાકાર કરવા માટે આગળ વધવા માટે આપણે સૌ મળ્યા છીએ. મધ્ય ગુજરાત ગુજરાતના સૌથી મહત્ત્વપૂર્ણ ઔદ્યોગિક વિસ્તારમાંનો એક છે. વડોદરા પેટ્રોકેમિકલ્સ, કેમિકલ્સ, ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલ્સ, એન્જિનિયરિંગ, ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સ, ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ, ઓટોમોબાઈલ, કોમ્પોનન્ટ્સ અને અદ્યતન ઉત્પાદન ક્ષેત્રે દેશભરમાં એક આગવું સ્થાન ધરાવે છે. આ પ્રદેશ માત્ર ઉદ્યોગોનું કેન્દ્ર નથી, પરંતુ ભારતના ભવિષ્યના મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ઇકોસિસ્ટમનું એક મહત્ત્વનું એક કેન્દ્ર બની રહ્યું છે. માનનીય વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈ હંમેશા કહ્યું છે કે યુવાનોને કૌશલ્ય જ એક વિકસિત ભારતનો મજબૂત પાયો નાખી શકે અને એ જ વિચાર સાથે આ ગુજરાત સરકાર પણ જે કામ કરી રહી છે, રાજ્યના માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી આદરણીય ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ અને સરકાર જે રીતે માર્ગદર્શન એમના દેશના વડાપ્રધાનના માર્ગદર્શન હેઠળ એમની દેખરેખ હેઠળ જે રીતે ગુજરાત આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે તેમાં નમો ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય અને રોજગાર મિશન દ્વારા રાજ્યના યુવાનોને નોકરીઓની નવી તકો મળે, એને આમાં આ ક્ષેત્રમાં આગળ વધવા માટેનું એક વિઝન મળે એવા ઉદ્દેશ સાથે રાજ્ય સરકાર પણ કામ કરી રહી છે. નમો ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય અને રોજગાર મિશન માત્ર એક યોજના નથી, તે કૌશલ્ય વિકાસ, ઉચ્ચ શિક્ષણ, એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ, ઉદ્યોગો સાથેનું જોડાણ, રોજગારી અને રોજગારને એક જ મંચ પર લાવતું એક આ બંનેનું ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહના અને યુવાનો રોજગારી માટેનું એક અભિયાન છે અને એ અભિયાનમાં આગળ આપણે સૌ સાથે મળીને આગળ વધી રહ્યા છીએ. આ મિશન હેઠળ રાજ્યમાં સ્કિલ ડેવલપમેન્ટ અને એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટનું એક સશક્ત ઇકોસિસ્ટમ વિકસાવવામાં આવી રહ્યું છે અને એમાં આપણા સૌનો સહયોગ રહ્યો છે. ગુજરાત સરકાર કૌશલ્ય વિકાસને માત્ર આઈટીઆઈ સુધી સીમિત રાખવા માગતી નથી. આ દિશામાં ગુજરાતે દેશને એક અનોખી ભેટ આપી છે. કૌશલ્ય ધ સ્કિલ યુનિવર્સિટી KSU જે અહીંયા અમારે સિંહ સંભાળી રહ્યા છે. કૌશલ્ય ધ સ્કિલ યુનિવર્સિટી દ્વારા સ્કિલ એજ્યુકેશન અને હાયર એજ્યુકેશન વચ્ચેનું અંતર દૂર કરવા માટેનો પ્રયત્ન આ યુનિ મારફતે થઈ રહ્યો છે. અહીંયા વિદ્યાર્થીઓને માત્ર ડિગ્રી નહીં પરંતુ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી રિલેવન્ટ સ્કિલ્સ અને એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ, વર્ક ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ લર્નિંગ અને ઇમેજિંગ ટેકનોલોજી સાથે જોડવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ આ યુનિવર્સિટી મારફતે થઈ રહ્યો છે. ITI, કૌશલ્ય ધ સ્કિલ યુનિવર્સિટી, PM સેતુ, એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ અને NGKRM મળીને ગુજરાતમાં એક ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ સ્કિલ ઇકોસિસ્ટમ એક ઊભું કરવા માટે આગળ વધી રહ્યા છીએ. વડોદરા રિજિયોનલમાં ખાસ કરીને અમારા વિસ્તારની અંદર આ રિજિયોનલમાં 155 ITI કાર્યરત છે. લગભગ 55,000 જેટલા એની આમાં બેઠકો છે અને એના પર યુવાનોએ આજે આ તાલીમ ITIમાં લઈ રહ્યા છે. 82 જેટલા વિવિધ ટ્રેડ્સમાં તાલીમ આપવામાં આવી રહી છે. મહિલા ITI, દિવ્યાંગ ITI અને હાઈટેક ટ્રેનિંગ સેન્ટર દ્વારા ગુણવત્તાસભર અને સમાવેશી કૌશલ્ય વિકાસનું આજે કાર્ય અમારા કૌશલ્ય વિભાગ તરફથી ITI તરફથી થઈ રહ્યું છે. પરંપરાગત ટ્રેડ જેવા કે ફિટર, ટર્નર, વેલ્ડર, ઇલેક્ટ્રિશિયન, વાયરમેન, ડીઝલ મિકેનિકની સાથે સાથે IoT, ઇલેક્ટ્રિક વ્હીકલ, ડ્રોન ટેકનોલોજી, સોલાર ટેકનોલોજી, 3D પ્રિન્ટિંગ અને અન્ય ન્યૂ એજ ટેકનોલોજીસ પણ એની તાલીમ આ ITIના માધ્યમથી આજે અપાઈ રહી છે. આજના કાર્યક્રમમાં થનારા MOU એક્સચેન્જ માત્ર કરારો નથી ઉદ્યોગો અને શિક્ષણ વચ્ચેના મજબૂત વિશ્વાસના પ્રતીક છે. આજના કાર્યક્રમની પેનલ ડિસ્કસ અને એનો વિષય ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી 4.0 આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ અને સેમિકન્ડક્ટર મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ સ્કિલ્ડ વર્કર ફોર્સ રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ ફોર ધ નેક્સ્ટ ડિકેડ એની સાથે સાથે અત્યંત મહત્ત્વપૂર્ણ બની રહેવાનું છે. વિશ્વ આજે આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ, ઓટોમેશન, રોબોટ્સ અને સ્માર્ટ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ, સેમિકન્ડક્ટર ટેકનોલોજી અને ગ્રીન ટેકનોલોજી તરફ આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે. ગુજરાત આ પરિવર્તનમાં એનું નેતૃત્વ કરી રહ્યું છે. માટે રાજ્ય સરકારના સતત કાર્યરત છે અને એમાં આગળ વધવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફથી હંમેશા થઈ રહ્યો છે. નમો ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય રોજગાર મિશન હેઠળ ગવર્મેન્ટ, ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ, એકેડેમિક પાર્ટનરશિપ અને એને વિશેષ ખાસ કરીને મેં આપને કહ્યું તેમ સરકાર અને ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહો વચ્ચેની પાર્ટનરશિપ કરીને પણ એમાં આગળ કઈ રીતે વધી શકાય એ માટેનો પ્રયાસ હંમેશા થઈ રહ્યો છે. હજારો તાલીમાર્થીઓને ઉદ્યોગોમાં પ્રેક્ટિકલ ટ્રેનિંગ પણ અપાઈ રહી છે, આપ સૌ જાણો છો. CSR પાર્ટનરશિપ અને ડ્યુઅલ સિસ્ટમ ઓફ ટ્રેનિંગ દ્વારા ITIને આધુનિકરણ બનાવવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફથી અને ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહના માધ્યમથી થઈ રહ્યું છે. જો કોઈ ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહને વિશેષ પ્રકારના સ્કિલ મેનપાવર જેની જરૂરિયાત હોય તે રાજ્ય સરકાર તેમની પાસે મળીને કોસ્ટમાઇઝ્ડ ટ્રેનિંગ અને પ્રોગ્રામિંગ તૈયાર કરવા માટેનો હંમેશા રાજ્ય સરકાર પ્રતિબદ્ધ છે. PM સેતુ જેવા કાર્યક્રમો દ્વારા એન્ટરપ્રિન્યોરિંગ સ્કિલ્સમાં યુવાનોને તાલીમ આપવામાં આવી રહી છે. ડિજિટલ ટેકનોલોજી, આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ, ઓટોમેશન અને નવી ટેકનોલોજી સાથે હ્યુમન રિસોર્સિસ તૈયાર કરવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ હંમેશા રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફ અને ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહોના માધ્યમથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. રોજગારી અને એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ ક્ષેત્રે ગુજરાત સતત નવી ઊંચાઈ પર પહોંચી રહ્યું છે અને એના માટે દરેક જિલ્લા મથકે અથવા તોથી આગળ વધીને રોજગાર મેળાઓ પણ કરાય અને એના માધ્યમથી જ્યાં જ્યાં જરૂરિયાત પડે ત્યાં જે પ્રકારનું મેન પાવરની જરૂરિયાત હોય એવા વિસ્તારોની અંદર નવા ટ્રેડ શરૂ કરીને પણ મેન પાવર પૂરો પાડી શકાય એ માટેનો પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફથી ITI અમારા સ્કિલ કૌશલ્ય વિભાગ તરફથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. પ્લેસમેન્ટ ડ્રાઈવ, કમ્પોઝ ઇન્ટરવ્યૂ, ખાસ કરીને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ લિંકેજીસ દ્વારા હજારો યુવાનો રોજગારીની તક મળે એ માટેનો પ્રયાસ પણ થઈ રહ્યો છે. ગુજરાત સરકારની ફ્લેગશિપ યોજના એટલે મુખ્યમંત્રી એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ તાલીમ યોજના અંતર્ગત હજારો યુવાનોને ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહ સાથે જોડવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ થઈ રહ્યો છે. વડોદરા રિજિયોનલને ખાસ કરીને આ વર્ષે નિર્ધારિત લક્ષ્યાંક કરતાં વધુ સિદ્ધિ મેળવવા માટે 23,000થી વધુ યુવાનોને એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ માટે જોડવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ આ વખતે અહીં વડોદરા આ રિજિયો મારફતે થવાનો છે. લર્ન વાઇલ યુ અર્નનો વિચાર આજે સફળતાપૂર્વક આપણે આગળ વધવા જઈ રહ્યા છીએ. આપણે માત્ર રોજગારી આપનારા યુવાનો નહીં પરંતુ રોજગારી સર્જનારા યુવાનો તૈયાર કરવા માટેનો એની આપણી માંગ છે એને પ્રમાણે આપવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર અમારા વિભાગ તરફથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. તાલીમ, એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ, સ્ટાર્ટઅપ, ઇનોવેશન અને એન્ટરપ્રિન્યોરશિપ દ્વારા ગુજરાતના યુવાનોના આત્મનિર્ભર બનાવવા માટેનું રાજ્ય સરકારનું એક સ્વપ્ન છે અને એમાં અમે અમારા વિભાગના માધ્યમથી આગળ વધી રહ્યા છીએ. આજનો કાર્યક્રમ ગવર્મેન્ટ, ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ, એકેડેમિક અને યુથ વચ્ચેના સશક્ત સહયોગનું એક મહત્ત્વનું ઉદાહરણ બની રહેવાનું છે અને એવા સમયે આપણે જ્યારે મળ્યા છે કે ત્યારે આવતા દિવસોમાં પણ હજુ યુવાનોને વિશેષ તક મળે અને એની સાથે સાથે યુવાઓમાં રહેલી કૌશલ્ય, એનામાં રહેલું સ્કિલ, એને રહેલી આવડત એ જુદા જુદા માધ્યમોથી એમને બહાર લાવવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ અને રાજ્ય સરકારના સહયોગથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. હું અહીં ઉપસ્થિત તમામ ઉદ્યોગ જગતને અપીલ કરું કે તેઓ વધુમાં વધુ એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ અને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઓમાં ખાસ કરીને ઇન્ટર્નશીપ, ઓન જોબ ટ્રેનિંગ અને એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ ઊભી કરવા માટેનો ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહના માધ્યમથી પ્રયાસ થાય. વિકાસ ત્યારે જ સફળ બને કે જ્યારે ઉદ્યોગોને સ્કિલ્ડ વર્કફોર્સ મળે, માનવબળ મળે, યુવાનોને રોજગારી મળે અને શ્રમિકોનું કલ્યાણ થાય. કારણ કે શ્રમિક સુખી તો ઉદ્યોગ સમૃદ્ધ અને ઉદ્યોગ સમૃદ્ધ તો ગુજરાત સમૃદ્ધ. આ એક ઉદ્દેશ સાથે આપણે બધા કામ કરી રહ્યા છીએ ત્યારે આજે વડોદરાની આ ધરતી પરથી હું તમામ ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહને અને શૈક્ષણિક સંસ્થાઓને શિક્ષણ જગતના સૌ ઉપસ્થિત મહાનુભાવોને, યુવાનોને, સમાજના શ્રેષ્ઠીઓને જે ખાસ કરીને સમાજ માટેની ચિંતા કરે છે સૌને હું આહવાન કરું છું કે તમે ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય અને રોજગાર મિશન સાથે જોડાઈને ગુજરાતના ભવિષ્યના નિર્માણમાં ભાગીદાર બનીએ. આપણે સૌ સાથે મળીને યુવાનોને પણ હાથ મજબૂત કરીએ. આપણું વિઝન સ્પષ્ટ છે કે આઈટીઆઈ દ્વારા ખાસ કરીને ફંડામેન્ટલ એની જોઈએ તે પ્રકારની સ્કિલ્સ કૌશલ્ય કૌશલ્ય યુનિવર્સિટી મારફતે મળે અને ખાસ કરીને એડવાન્સ સ્કિલ જે જોઈએ છે જે પ્રકારનું જે વિસ્તારમાં નવા ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહ આવે એને એ પ્રકારના સ્કિલનું મેન પાવર મળે યુવાઓ મળે એ માટેનો પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફથી અમારા વિભાગ તરફથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. પીએમ સેતુ દ્વારા ખાસ કરીને એન્ટરપ્રિન્ગ સ્કિલ્સ મુખ્યમંત્રી એપ્રેન્ટિસશીપ તાલીમ યોજના એના દ્વારા પ્રેક્ટિકલ સ્કિલ્સની પણ ખાસ કરીને અમારી આઈટીઆઈના માધ્યમથી અપાઈ રહ્યું છે અથવા તો આપી રહ્યા છીએ. નમો ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય અને રોજગાર મિશન દ્વારા એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ અને ગવર્મેન્ટ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ એકેડેમિક ખાસ કરીને પાર્ટનરશિપ એના માધ્યમથી વર્ક ક્લાસ સ્કિલ્ડ વર્કફોર્સ તૈયાર કરવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ અમારા વિભાગ તરફથી થઈ રહ્યો છે. ચાલો આપણે સૌ સાથે મળીને સ્કેલ સ્પીડ અને ખાસ કરીને સસ્ટેનેબિલિટી અને ઇનોવેશન મંત્રને સાકાર કરવા માટે સૌ સાથે મળીને પ્રયાસ કરીએ અને એમાં આપણે સફળતાપૂર્વક યુવાઓને પણ ક્યાંક ભાગીદાર બનાવીએ. ચાલો આપણે સૌ સ્કિલ ઇન્ડિયા વિકસિત ભારતના સંકલ્પને નમો ગુજરાત કૌશલ્ય અને રોજગાર મિશન દ્વારા કુશળ ગુજરાત રોજગારમય ગુજરાત આત્મનિર્ભર ભારત એને પરિવર્તિત કરવા માટેનો આપણે સૌ સાથે મળે પ્રયાસ કરીએ અને સફળતાપૂર્વક આગળ વધીએ એવી મારી આપને ફરી શુભેચ્છા. ચાલો આપણે સૌ સાથે મળીને મેડ ઇન ગુજરાત સ્કિલ્ડ ઇન ગુજરાત એમ્પ્લોયડ ઇન ગુજરાત અને વિકસિત ગુજરાત ફોર વિકસિત ભારતના એક સ્વપ્ન સાથે જે રીતે દેશના વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈ 2047માં એક વિકસિત ભારતના વિઝન સાથે આગળ વધી રહ્યા છે એમાં પણ આપણે ગુજરાતના સૌ સાથે મળીને આગળ વધીએ અને ગુજરાતને પણ એક વિકસિત ગુજરાતના એક સ્વપ્ન સાથે વિકસિત ભારત બને એ માટેનું 2047નું સ્વપ્ન સાકાર કરવા માટે સૌ સાથે મળીને આગળ વધીએ એટલી મારી આપ સૌને વિનંતી. આજના આ કાર્યક્રમમાં આપ સૌ ઉપસ્થિત રહેવા બદલ હું સૌને આવકારું છું અને ખાસ કરીને યુવાઓને અહીંયા ઉપસ્થિત સૌ યુવાઓને પણ મારી વિનંતી છે કે જે રીતે ઘણા બધા ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહોની અંદર જે પ્રકારના સ્કિલ્સવાળા યુવા યુવતીઓ અથવા તો મેન પાવર જોઈએ છે એમાં હજુ પણ ક્યાંક ખૂટે છે. તો આવતા દિવસોમાં રાજ્ય સરકાર અને યુવાનો ખાસ કરીને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઓના સહકારથી સહયોગથી જે પ્રકારનું સ્કિલ જોઈએ એ પ્રકારના સ્કિલ કૌશલ્ય તૈયાર કરવા માટેનું પ્રયાસ રાજ્ય સરકાર તરફથી થઈ રહ્યો છે ત્યારે આપણે પણ એમાં સામેલ થઈએ અને યુવાઓને ખાસ વિનંતી કે આપણે પણ જે પ્રકારનું સ્કિલ જોઈએ એ પ્રમાણે તૈયાર કરવા માટેની પોતાનામાં જે પ્રકારની આવડત હોય એ પ્રકારના સ્કિલમાં આગળ વધીએ અને જિંદગીમાં જીવનમાં ખૂબ આગળ સફળતા પ્રાપ્ત કરો. ઉદ્યોગ ગૃહો પણ હંમેશા રાજ્ય સરકાર સાથે જે રીતે એમઓયુ સાથે જોડાઈ રહ્યા છે એ બધા એમઓયુ કરતા સૌ મિત્રોને પણ ખાસ શુભેચ્છા અને અમારા બધા જ આજના કાર્યક્રમમાં ઉપસ્થિત મારા વિભાગના આઈટીઆઈ ક્ષેત્રના અને કૌશલ્ય વિભાગના બધા અધિકારી મિત્રોએ પણ સાથે રહીને જે સરસ મજાનું આયોજન કર્યું બદલ તમારો અને એમનો સૌનો આભાર. ધન્યવાદ.
Thank you so much, sir. Your inspiring address has truly elevated today's conference. Your vision, encouragement, and continuous commitment towards empowering the youth through skill development will continue to motivate us as we work together towards a stronger, self-reliant, and future-ready Gujarat. Collaboration is a cornerstone of innovation, and together we create opportunities that shape the future. It is now my privilege to present the MOU exchange ceremony, a significant milestone under the Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference 2026, reflecting the strong partnership between the government, industry, and skill development institutions. We are pleased to announce that ITI Karjan has partnered with Nikkiso India Private Limited Karjan, under which a featured trade laboratory has been developed and a short-term industry-oriented course have been introduced, enhancing the employability of the students. May I request the principal of ITI Karjan and the representative from Nikkiso Cosmodian India Private Limited to kindly come forward for the exchange of memorandum of understanding. ITI Waghodia, we are proud to showcase our collaboration with Galaxy Civtech Private Limited, which has strengthened the welder trade through the provision of welding machine and modern tools and equipments, enabling quality hands-on training for trainers. May I request the principal of ITI Waghodia and the representative from the Galaxy Civtech Private Limited to kindly come forward and exchange the MOU. Further, strengthening our commitments to future technologies, ITI Tarsali has collaborated with the TNS India Foundation for the development of electric vehicle and solar laboratories, creating an advanced and practical learning environment for aspiring technicians. May I request the principal of ITI Tarsali and the representative of the TNS India Foundation to kindly come forward and exchange the memorandum of understanding. This partnership exemplifies the shared vision of industry and academia working together to nurture talent, foster innovation, and prepare a future-ready workforce for Gujarat. May I request all the, thank you so much. As we now move forward to the next session of today's program, the panel discussion, may I respectfully request our esteemed dignitaries who have graced the dais with their presence to kindly take their reserved seats in the audience. Thank you. As technology continues to redefine the global manufacturing landscape, the demand for a highly skilled and future-ready workforce has never been greater. Emerging technologies such as Industry 4.0, AI, and semiconductor manufacturing are transforming industries and creating exciting opportunities for innovation and economic growth. It is my honor to warmly welcome our distinguished panel for industry expert, Mr. Sumer Mehra. Please have a huge round of applause for Sumer Mehra, sir, Executive Director and Senior Vice President, Product Engineering, Matrix Cosmic Private Limited, Vadodara. Mr. Ritesh Ojha, Senior General Manager, Manufacturing, Electric India Limited, Vadodara. Thank you, sir. Please have a huge round of applause for Ritesh Ojha, sir. Mr. Mrityunjay Kumar, AVP Manufacturing, RR Kabil Limited, Waghodia. Welcome, Mrityunjay, sir. Mr. Vikas Patel, Plant Head Production, FS Green Energies Limited, Karjan. Please have a huge round of applause for Vikas, sir, too. Mr. Sunny Waghela, Founder, Managing Director and CEO, Tech Cybersecurity Limited, Ahmedabad. Please have a huge round of applause for Sunny, sir. Mr. Sneha S. Shah, Whole-Time Director, Business Unit Head, Emitron Electronics Limited, Waghodia. To moderate this insightful discussion, it is my privilege to invite Ms. Nidhi Goyal, ma'am, from the Tata Indian Institute of Skills, a respected leader with over 20 decades of experience across higher education, information technology, financial services, and institutional building. Ms. Goyal is also an Economic Times Young Leader Awardee. Her remarkable contribution towards promoting industry-aligned skilling and innovation education makes her the ideal moderator for today's session. Ma'am, may I request you to kindly take this stage and lead the engaging session? Please. Yeah. Before we begin the session, yeah, we'll welcome our distinguished panel members. Yeah, please welcome them. Please welcome Mr. Sumer Mehra, sir. Please welcome Mr. Ritesh Ojha, sir. Please welcome Mr. Mrityunjay Kumar, sir. Now we'll welcome Mr. Vikas Patel, sir. Please have a huge round of applause, audience. Now we'll welcome Mr. Sunny Waghela, sir. And now, with a huge round of applause, we'll welcome Mr. Sneh S. Shah, sir. We'll also welcome moderator for the day, Ms. Nidhi Goyal, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now over to you, ma'am.
Hello. Are you able to hear me at the back? Perfect, thank you. Always good to have a participative audience, even if it's for, audio issues. Great. So firstly, good morning, respected dignitaries, Minister Sir, Stuti Ma'am, Singh Sir, and Mystery Sir. Pleasure and honor to be moderating this panel here today. I think the introductions, for each of our panelists, because each one is actually very, very accomplished in their respective domain. I'm very glad that we have a very diverse set of panelists today, right? From electronics manufacturing, smart automation, cyber security. So we are covering a broad range of industries, and I would request the tech team to make sure that, as we get to each panelist, if you could also flash their profile on the screen, that would help. We have a very strict time limit, and we want to adhere to that. The first instruction in this room was to be punctual, so we will try and do that. And my request to the audience will be, if you could hold your questions till the end, I'll try and get the discussion started with some questions that, I have for the panelists. Request the panelists to be pointed and, succinct in your responses so we can keep the discussion going. I actually have a lot of questions to ask, so we'll see how many we can cover in the limited time that we have. But hopefully, this will just be the start of a discussion and the start of getting us to think about how to solve this very complex and large-scale problem that we have around skilling. And in particular, our focus today is on semiconductor, on Industry 4.0 and AI. And, we keep, as a Skilling Institute, we keep doing our research around these domains. And whether it is semiconductor, where studies suggest that, while the industry is expected to grow, and just for India alone, from $12 billion in sales this year to about $18 billion by 2030, the challenge is that 1 million semiconductor jobs that are expected to be generated over the next 2 years alone are unlikely to get filled up. The skill gap is immense. There isn't the talent available to fill up the jobs that are coming up. I layer, the Industry 4.0 technology on top of that. Only about 10% of the workforce today has the skills in Industry 4.0. And now with AI, I don't think we can spend an hour without hearing the word AI, let alone a day. And yet, when we talk about AI, we only have 20% of the skills that are required in the market today. So we are sitting on a huge gap or a huge opportunity, depends on how we choose to define it. My focus today will be to try and see how I can get the panelists' participation into converting this gap into an opportunity, right? So I will continue to introduce each one of you as I get to, your respective selves. And I thought that in the same manner, we'll start by focusing on the manufacturing layer, and then we will overlay the technology layers on, Industry 4.0 and AI on top of that. So in that spirit, Mr. Sneh Shah, he's a whole-time director at Aimtron Electronics. My first question is to you, keeping in mind the focus on semiconductor and electronics. Electronics manufacturing, as with pretty much any other industry, is becoming far more automated, right? And especially given the precision, the small sizes that you work with in that industry, automation is but the only solution. But what shop floor jobs have you seen that are changing the fastest as we move to this?
Thanks for the introduction, Nidhi. Probably if you see as electronics, as madam also stated, is growing at around 100 billion market cap in coming decade. And technology is evolving every day. So if you see, like, generally people do expect to ask me that question that robotics is going to replace the workforce, but that's not the way. Because if you see typically on how things flow on the shop floor, because for instance at Aimtron, if I just give a typical example, we are serving myriad of sectors, aerospace, defense, being a EV or whatever it would be. So initially it was like we used to have like operators output was measured with throughput on what exactly they do on day-to-day basis. Now for instance, it is getting replaced with AOI machine. So that same person need to do more of an analytical skills, where for instance, whatever the flagship has been getting output from the monitor from the machines, probably they need to do analytical analysis of it, whether the output is okay or not. If it's okay, then good to go. If it's not okay, then probably that manpower should be able to accommodate that skill where they would be able to close back that complete loop while tracing the traceability of it, or what exactly the question was, what exactly the errors were. So this kind of upgradation is required. So AI is something that's not going to take the job, but rather is going to upgrade your skill on how do we take that to the next level. So I believe this is not a mere doubt, because it's more of an changing the shift or a paradigm shift that is going around in the world as of now. Definitely dynamics are going to change down the line. If I give one more example of it, testing initially, or testing or quality, if I give an example, it used to be an manual stuff. Now if you see it, a complete automation has been there. But then again, with the failure analysis, you need a manpower for it. It's not going to be done completely automated 100% process. Oh, if you go in depth completely, then probably to what layer we need to add is a layer of data analytics. That skills needs to be upgraded within the talent pool. And it's not going to be labor force alone. It's going to be us as well who needs to upgrade with time. So if we do forward integration, if we do backward integration to what we are entering into semiconductors industries now, it's part of backward integration. And OSAT ATMP is going to be first step towards that direction. Even if you see PLIs are coming up with SFPs and couple of other more fiber optics and all. If you see globally, the couple of tier 1 countries, I would say they are already booked for 2 years. Why can't we take that as an opportunity globally? Where now Make in India, so from Make in India, that shift, we need to even start designing India. So we need to come with one more factor, because Gujarat till date has been very much attractive on that part, where we have been building the manpower, we are building the infrastructure on every part of the industry. Now whether we need to see on how can we go more in depth on that part, that we don't only assemble it, but we design it and take that to the manufacturing level. So that is where the complete transformation would be required.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. And in fact, moving from a relatively newer manufacturing setup to coming to Mr. Mrityunjay Kumar from RR Cable. He's the AVP Manufacturing at RR Cable. I wanted to ask you, given RR Cable's own, long legacy in the wires and cables and electrical appliances space, manufacturing which has traditionally valued discipline, consistency, and we heard Mr. Sneh talk about, moving to an analytical mindset now. How are you seeing the expectations from operators and supervisors changing in the shop floor at RR Cable?
Thank you so much. So, as we all can see that the entire manufacturing ecosystem is going through a transition phase on account of AI and automation. So, this is a very important initiative and which is happening, which will take the growth of the industries to another level. But at the same time, we must also understand that what ma'am told, that discipline and consistency in manufacturing. And I would add one another thing, that is domain expertise. So domain expertise, discipline and consistencies, these will always be the foundation of any manufacturing setup. Whatever AI or automation does, these will never vanish. So it is going to be there. Now talking about the roles of the people who are working on the shop floor. So typically there are 3 levels of control on the shop floor. One is operator, another is the supervisor, and then these engineers. So when we talk about the roles of the operators, then the job of the operator is basically shifting from operating the machine to monitoring the machine. Because you see that most of the new generation machines which are coming, they are already having very few or very number of inbuilt automation equipments is there, which can do online monitoring of the process. Any process deviation, they can give alerts to the operators, and any defects they can detect online. So operators' job, the manual activities are getting reduced. And the most of the activities are for the operator is now linked to the monitoring of the deviations and alerts and attend those things. So that is one thing. When we talk about supervisors, so supervisors' job is shifting from tracking the production data by manual logbook to using the real-time dashboards, where he can see the live performance of the machines, the live status of the machines, whether the machines is running or the machine is idle. If the machine is idle, since how long it is idle, for what reason it is idle. If the machine is running at whether it is running at desired line speed or not. So all these things, he can get all this information standing at a point rather than roaming at all. Suppose his supervisor is handling 10 machines. So he should not roam around all the 10 machines and find out what is happening on each machine. He can stand at a point, see the real-time dashboard, and he can make out which machine he needs to attend on priority. So he can prioritize his activity, and then he will reduce the non-value-added activity and increase his own efficiency and the plant efficiency as well. So that is at the supervisor level. Now we come to another level, that is engineer level. So we will get a huge data and analysis also from the AI tools. So the engineers have to use those analysis data to figure out, to identify the improvement areas. Like if there is, we are not able to achieve the target OEE or the plant productivity, then through the AI analysis data, the engineer can identify 2 or 3 major areas where he is supposed to make some improvements. So these are the focus areas he can identify. And then some actionable input plan can be made out, and the further action can be taken to address those areas. So I think this is all about what I wanted to speak.
Thank you very much, Mrityunjay ji. And since we are talking about, connected plants, so obviously I think this is a good time to ask Mr. Ritesh of Schneider. Schneider, you literally sit at the intersection of smart factories, and you're observing this automation come alive across industries, right? So when you visit factories today, firstly, how common is it to see Industry 4.0 actually implemented in its essence? And what does it look like on the shop floor of our factories?
If I talk about Schneider and some similar setups, I think Industry 4.0, we are there, and we are there since maybe at least 3-4 years, 5 years, we are there. However, I would say it is not synced in at the 100% level. We are using cobots, we are using automated AI-enabled vision systems, and we are also using machine learning. As Mr. Mrutyunjay rightly said, we have the data capturing systems and softwares in place, whereby the operators, the supervisor engineers, even the managers can have the real-time data points sitting at their desk. But at the same time, we also need the engineers who are able to analyze this data timely, I would say. Timely analysis is very much important to prevent the further losses. And we need those skill sets which will enable these kind of highly sophisticated setups to be up all the time and give the right efficiencies. If I talk from business perspective, then it should mean a good, handsome ROI to me, because these are the items, or these are the equipments which are really costly, real cost stuff, and even they take too much of cost even to maintain. So if it doesn't make sense to me, then it's of no use. So we need those kind of skill sets in the fresh engineers to operate, to maintain, which will give me the right benefits.
Sure, thank you. Thank you. And, I'll take a leaf from that, and you spoke about, the ROI focus, the efficiency focus. We heard about quality earlier. So, Mr. Vikas, you and I were talking before the, event today, and you were mentioning that by and large, and by the way, for the audience, Mr. Vikas is the plant head of FS Green Energies Limited. And is responsible for ensuring a high quality solar panel production. And he was telling me that the difference between the various solar panel manufacturing companies essentially comes down to the quality of production. It comes down to how efficiently we are doing it, and of course now focusing on India-made cells being integrated into this. Now, you have been scaling up rapidly, like you're probably one of the youngest companies out here. So from your perspective, as you look at it, and you want to focus on quality, and that is your differentiator across companies, and we have some very big names in solar panel manufacturing, right? So how do you focus on, firstly, what are the core skills you focus on, and how do you focus on developing those in your existing workforce?
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this important question. Before I answer this question, I would like to just brief you about myself and my journey. It will take 30 seconds to 1 minute. Actually, I am currently leading the plant as a plant operations head at the age of 40. Before that, I have worked in one of the India's, even Asia's biggest solar module manufacturer, Vari Energies, where I have worked for 2.5 years. Currently, I am working with Future Solar FS Green Energies Limited, which is located at Karjan. I am working here from last 2 years. And before that, I have worked in Schaeffler India Limited, FSG, which is formerly known as FSG Bearings India Limited, which is located in Vadodara. I have worked for there 16 years, from my training to the journey till deputy manager. In solar segment, means automotive to solar, there is a huge difference with respect to the system. Automotive industry is well matured, almost 50 to 60 years old industry, where we can see the system, we can see the skilled manpower at all the level, from operator to managerial and above. While in solar industry, it's very initial stage, I mean to say, when we are going to expand with respect to the vision of our Indian government, Mr. Modi ji, to produce green energy, more than 60% of total energy, in which we are facing many challenges with respect to manpower, skilled manpower at all the level, as well as the handling of automation, because whatever the machineries, whatever the equipments which we are getting from the China, to handle those equipment, to maintain those equipment, we need skilled manpower, skilled workforce. Since this is the platform to identify and to fill the gaps, I have idea, I think, which can be helpful to fill the gap. For example, this is a platform between the two segment, one of the industry and one of the institute, where we are sharing these ideas, we are exchanging few thoughts. I think we have to encourage this platform. We have to ensure this kind of platform should have maximum level. We can integrate between institute and industry, like. We are talking about the courses which we are introducing at ITI or diploma level. But I think industry experts or from industry side, we have to go to the ITI, we have to go to the diploma institute, we have to go to engineering institute, where we can exchange, we can address students about the current challenging, technology, upcoming technology, so that integration will become better. This is the main idea, to integrate between institute and industry. When we talk about solar panel, solar module, solar energy, it's actually a very big subject. It starts from silicon to the solar module, which we normally see on the rooftop or in the power plant. It starts from the silicon, and still we are in the very initial stage to start solar cell manufacturing. So it will take almost 2 to 3 years to start solar cell production in India. So after that, we can be able to independent for the solar cell, which we use and which is one of the most important, highly cost item for the solar module manufacturing. For that, we need skilled workforce, skilled manpower, from operator level, level 1 to level 4. And then supervisor level, who can be data driven, who can be more efficient, more effective. This can only be happen if we have a knowledge of AI, we have knowledge of automation, we have knowledge of industry 4.0, even next industry 5.0. Industry 4.0 and 5.0 is nothing but it's just advancement, it's just improve our individual efficiency, individual effectiveness. Accordingly, the overall efficiency, overall effectiveness will be improved for the organization, for the plant, for the state, for the nation. So we have opportunity, opportunity that we can use positively this industry 4.0, 5.0, AI, all automation, to improve our overall nation's effectiveness and efficiency, which can helpful to be a global superpower. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Thank you. And we've been talking about automation, AI in the context of efficiency, in the context of productivity. I think the point to keep in mind also becomes that all the data is sitting on the cloud, and one security incident and everything goes kaput. So a question for Mr. Sunny Waghela of TechD Cybersecurity. He's the founder, MD and CEO of TechD Cybersecurity. As more and more data is now on a cloud, we're all working with connected factories. How should manufacturing companies think about cybersecurity talent?
So, I would say that gone are the days that people are now only and only thinking about the IT security. The world has completely moved from IT security to the OT security, or you can say that the security for connected devices, your IoT, your IIoT. everything and anything in the smart factory is now getting connected. So the days are not far when you are actually realizing that there is a power outage across Gujarat and there is a cyber attack which is already taking place somewhere in the grid, operations. There is no water coming at your home and there is something going wrong at a water treatment plant. The metros are not working because there is some disruptions which is actually happening. The plants are not operational because there is some cyber attack which is happening. See, the problem with this smart factory is because the transition from industry 3.0 to 4.0 to 5.0, matlab 4.0 se 5.0 kab tak aa gaya that nobody has realized. Everybody has just, went behind making sure that their factories are connected to certain of the IoT devices, IIoT, and those OT devices connected to a cloud so that a owner or let's say a plant head would actually come to know what exactly is my production, what is my wastage, what is my, all that analytical, the data that he can actually get over a cloud. But at the same point of time, the biggest thing that we realize as a cybersecurity expert, while we go to OT assessments or the plant assessments or the security assessments of the power plants, that there is a legacy systems which are actually running in this particular smart factories. And then there are smart systems which are actually enforced on top of this particular legacy systems. So legacy systems are not changed because you can't go and change all the plant ICS or SCADA or IIoT systems in a shorter span of time. So the problem over here is that you're actually putting a legacy system, you're putting a smarter systems over here, but the problem is that these systems are already vulnerable. And in the era like the cloud mythos, right, or the mythos which is actually there, is already able to find the vulnerabilities which are 17-year-old, 20-year-old, and it has completely changed how the cybersecurity actually functions, even for IT and even for OT as well. The second thing what we are realizing in this smart factory operations, that most of the plants or most of the smart factories are already dependent, are always dependent on their vendors. So if the vendor has decided that there's an ICS system, so there is a smart system which is deployed, by default we keep in the mind that they are actually they are secured, but they are not at all secured. So the one thing that they need to do is, number one is the overall maturity assessment of your smart factory systems, that what are the legacy systems, what are the vulnerabilities in the legacy systems, how matured are they to actually tackle the current cyber threats, in the AI era, what new smarter systems that you have actually added, what exactly is the communication happening between those legacy systems, smart systems, and the systems which are outside your air gap network as well. So all these things needed to be taken care of, very well, right? I mean, we go to a lot of smart factories and we just, realize that, there is a data going, in and out. The vendor is connecting through some VPN. The vendor is connecting through some team viewer, or you can say that any desk in that particular factory. And they don't have any sort of security controls, which are this normal security control that you need to do it. So you need to deploy secure remote access, number one. You need to deploy unidirectional gateway so that the data which is going over the cloud is actually going in only one direction. There is no data which is coming from an internet, right? And tampering your ICS or tampering your PLC robot or a SCADA system. And the overall maturity assessments, the government is actually taking a very good step in each and every industry, especially in the power industry, which is a critical infrastructure. The government has already came up with a guideline of securing the systems, making sure to monitor all of that systems from reactive to proactive way, so that all these particular power plants, the transmission systems, the substation can be secured. But still we are not having that sort of a framework, not having that sort of a mandate for all different industries. I believe that if this mandate would come, right, India, or rather I would say that Indians would go behind and make sure that they make the systems more smarter, but at the same time they make the system more secure, smarter, I would say that.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Mr. Waghela. I was just thinking that, if you draw the parallel between safety in manufacturing, where we keep talking about zero incidents, I think we have to extend that now with the automated and Industry 4.0 and 5.0. Thank you for bringing up that, world coming up. It has to be also about, cyber security incidents and not just physical safety and security incidents. But, the underlying layer that powers everything is a strong networking communication backbone. And I will like to put my next question to Mr. Sumer Mehra. He's the ED and SVP product at Matrix Comsec Private Limited, and has been responsible for 50 plus indigenous, tech products at Matrix. So I wanted to ask you, if you could, given your experience with innovation, with driving, now an AI-first transformation strategy at Matrix, if you could add one compulsory lab to every engineering curriculum, what would students build there, Mr. Mehra?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I think you raised a point and you mentioned a word of AI-first transformation. So I think, we are all hearing about AI for last couple of years, and we started using AI. I think AI right now, where we are actually, that is more of a AI adoption stage. If I need to find some answer, I will go to ChatGPT, Claude, or Copilot, or anything, and I will do that. But I think, it's much deeper, and we need to think AI as an independent function in an organization. So it's not like that we have, you can only layer AI across all the functions, and your transformation will become AI. So AI first transformation actually has to start with AI thinking first. I need to think in terms of AI. So just to drive this point, if I give a simple example that today, if we see that our sales executive, there is a lead generated by marketing, and a sales executive actually, what is the first step as a traditional step process? What is that first step sales executive is going to do? So sales executive actually will see that, okay, there is a lead. Let me try to find out the contact person. I will go to the person. I will understand the requirements. I will prepare a proposal, make a BOQ, negotiate, close the order. That's how the traditional sales process happens. Now, if we want to really think in terms of AI first, now how do we apply this to AI? So first thing would be that, when you get the lead, you give this data to AI. And within another 15, 20 minutes, actually, the AI will tell you that about that company, about the person who is working there, about the competitors, about what pain points the customer is having, and you have the complete blueprint ready in front of you before you actually meet the customer. And hence the sales person will get an opportunity of upselling and cross-selling of his products and give a complete solution to the customer, which satisfies the customer not only or his needs what he has thought of, but beyond that, which he has never even thought of it, which makes his life very simple. So, that actually tells us that we need to be thinking first in terms of AI, that where I can apply AI, and not only become a user of AI. This relates to the second question, actually, what you asked, madam, that, what is that one thing what we like to have in colleges? Colleges actually, are, I would say industries are also not no different than colleges, because in colleges also the curriculums are very isolated. They work in silos. So, that silo system of learning has to be broken. And if one lab actually, we can have it in terms of a product lab. Every college, let us imagine that every college has a product lab. And we don't ask the students actually to give us the certificates or the degree certificates. Actually, we take some interviews. We ask them that, okay, what is that, what product you have developed in your college and which was sellable to the customer. Today also, if you will see many college projects, if you will see, they are very, very, very superficial actually, where just for the sake of doing a project, the students will be doing it. No, I mean, nothing against the students basically, but somehow they don't find the enough time to do that. So even I would suggest that at least 1 year of engineering, should be given to the students of engineering to develop a product actually and go in and sell it to at least one customer. That is the testimony. And when you do this, all the students actually from different disciplines, no students from mechanical, students from electronics, engineering, IT, all those students will actually come together and they will learn how to conceptualize, how to understand the customer requirement. They go to the market, understand the customer requirement, they conceptualize a product, they design a product, and then they build that product and they sell that product. Once they complete this cycle, I mean, that is when we should understand that no, we are able to produce a talent which can be directly absorbed by the industry. That actually would be a very, very great step. And I think as Mr. Sneh in his first remarks actually is mentioned that we as a state and we as a country, actually we need to move forward from make in India to design, engineer, innovate, and produce in India. That actually is going to take us to a different level, because today also in terms of AI, actually we are, at this point of time, we are pure consumers of AI. We are not producers of AI. And that actually is something which we'll have to think and come out with the fastest solutions actually, because this world is moving very, very fast.
Thank you very much. And a great idea actually, not just to build, but to actually take it through the sales cycle, because that's when you do the validation of your build. And I hope that the students sitting in the audience are inspired to go back to your colleges and actually start building something, prototype. It teaches you a lot more than any theoretical lesson can. In the interest of time, I am going to have to wrap up this discussion. I might actually follow up with some of you personally with questions that I had in mind. But thank you once again to the dignitaries. Thank you. Do we have the time to do that? Okay, so great. Since Stuti ma'am has said we can ask the audience to ask their questions, maybe one question. Sure, because you helped me with the sound check, you get to go first. If someone, yes, please. No, the person right behind you. Thanks. How do we pass on a mic there?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it was great listening to all of you, right? So since beginning, as the panel began, we have been hearing about what is changing in the industry. Like we spoke about 4.0, and very soon we'll reach to 5.0 also, right? But where is the, I want to ask my question from the lens of workforce. So where are we getting these workforce? Because we know these things are changing, right? And this shift is going to happen. We have a lot of technologies coming in place. I come from an organization called Quest Alliance, and we are closely working with the Ministry of Skill Development to help them design the employability skills curriculum. And we are also a proud partner of Directorate of Employment and Training for last 9 years. And we are supporting the DETs to engage industries in a meaningful way. So my question is, since we know that 70 to 80% of our workforce are coming from ITIs, standalone ITIs, right? We have so many other colleges like diploma, degree, but 70 to 80% workforce are coming from ITIs. And we also know that we have some limitation in academic institution, right? As the technology is changing, academic institution cannot, get the space. So what is the readiness and openness of the industry to engage with, ITIs, Industrial Training Institute, and help them learn those skills, required skills, rather than at the time of, job drives or campus or hiring saying that you are not skilled enough or you don't have that skill. Absolutely. So how do we engage with these ITIs since beginning of that academic year? So what is the openness and readiness of the industry? So that's my question.
No, thank you very much. You want to add to that? Sure. I think I'm loud enough. I'll paraphrase for you. I'll repeat for you.
So I'm from TNS India Foundation, and I also work with ITIs. Quick question in addition to that. How do I make industry more attractive to, okay, thank you. How do we make industry more attractive to the students? Because while we talk workforce development, there are competing gig economy which is coming in, and they, students are able to make 25,000, 30,000 rupees a month. So how do I make that part, that working in the industry is far more suitable for you and, long-term benefit, you develop a career and not just money. So that's probably my question to you too.
Sure. And since you didn't specify who you wanted to direct this question to, maybe should I take the liberty to ask Mr. Oza, because I know Schneider has been working with the ITIs. Do you want to just share about?
So I think there are two parts of these questions. I think the questions asked by the gentleman sitting there, that was more focused on the operators, and possibly, if I have not misunderstood, your question was more towards the engineers, if I am not wrong. So on the operators part, I would suggest, and in fact, I will take this opportunity of this stage and request government of Gujarat also to have a program, a structured program, to send the faculties of ITIs to the industry. We are ready to tie up. Whenever these students are on vacation, the faculties can spend some time with a structured program, can spend some time with the industry, try to learn their requirement exactly on the shop floor, because conference room discussions won't help this. If they really see with their eyes and spend a good amount of time with us at industry on the shop floor with our different set of departments, then possibly they can modify their programs to suit the industry requirement. Answering your question, I think we have a reverse problem. The industry is ready to take the engineers, but we are not getting some of the good ones. I think, yeah, so I think industry is attractive, industry is paying handsome to some of the freshers, whether it is diploma engineers or graduate engineers. We have fantastic programs for their development, for their training, and as far as the remuneration is concerned, I think it is at par. I think there is no doubt on that part. We are looking at retention. We are looking at a long-term engineers who can spend a reasonably good amount of time, have a longevity of service, because we find the other way. We have a lot of attrition on the other side. So I think industry is doing great job for the freshers, if you want to add.
So I believe your question that was respect to the engineers, right? So we are into cybersecurity industry, and when we started in 2017, the biggest problem that we have got in Gujarat is to get the right amount of people, right? The right set of people, right? And we as a startup in 2017, now obviously we are a listed company in 2026, but 2017 was, I was not able to pay good amount, right? I carry certain background in the training that was more respect to the workshops, certification programs with colleges and all from 2010 to 2017. So I carry that background for last 7-8 years till 2017. So हमें लोग नहीं मिल रहे थे. So me and my team members were getting people from Pune, Bangalore and all. And then we decided that why not we use our training experience to create some more curriculum. And then we have created almost 1200 hours of the curriculum. Thanks to the new education policy 2020, we first tied up with Gujarat University, then tied up with Silver Rock, then Parole, then LJ, then everything. So what I believe is that if you really want to make the engineers attractive to the industry, then industry has to own the education. You can do certain level of faculty development program, you can do certain level of courses, but then my training company, which has been there since 2010, the services company, which is a listed one in 2017, trust me, we have to merge this training entity to services in the listed company now because it's most profitable entity. So one is, what we are doing is we are going to colleges, let's say Parul University, or let's say, there are 14 universities. And let me tell you, with respect to cybersecurity and with respect to AI engineers, which is BTech in cybersecurity and BTech in AI, right, Gujarat is producing the highest amount of engineers, and some credit goes to our company as well. The reason behind it, because we deploy faculties, we design curriculums, we own the complete department. We rather say that we own the co-own complete department. I say that we own the department. Yani office boy bhi mera hoga, lab assistant bhi mera hoga. Everybody should be from our company to make sure that we give the right amount of education or right set of education to this. Now, when we have actually started in 2020, this type of BTech, BSc, MTech, and other MSc program, every university has invited us, welcomed us, and we deployed our faculties who are actually industry ready faculty. He is working for almost like 3-4 days for his SOC and VAPT and other project, and then he's teaching in the colleges as well. When the student came in third year, we got ourselves approved with the National Internship Yojana, thanks to the Prime Minister of India. Now I have 2:4 ratio in my company. So 2 are full-time people, 4 are interns in my company. So if there are 250 people, I would say that there are almost 1,000 people working in my organization. How do I create, such a large office space and everything? So we asked universities that you give us a space in the, university, and university has given us a space. We started our consulting centers in the university, and we are proud to say that we are a listed company right now. We are growing at an average rate of 100% to 200% year-on-year growth, only and only because of this association with the universities. And the students started working from third year of their engineering. So हम उनको बताते A++ आएगा, A+ बैच में जाना है, तो वो बंदा इतनी मेहनत करता है. We start paying the stipend thanks to the government, because they are paying the half of the stipend, right? We pay half of the stipend so that the students start earning from the third year of the engineering. So while the time is becoming the engineer, he is actually proudly going to his parent and saying कि पापा मैंने अपनी engineering की आधी fees निकाल दी है, तो आपको आधी fees तो pay नहीं करनी पड़ी, मैंने half of the fees I paid from that engineering. And trust me on this part, in the last year of the engineering, in let's say last year in Parul University, I have actually rolled out 58 offers. Trust me, madam, only 17 people have joined. Doesn't mean the rest of the people are unemployed. They have got more higher offers, higher packages than what my company can actually offer, because they have done internship not just for 6 months, for 2 years. They worked on almost all of these customers. My company is listed, so we don't worry about attrition, because we generate that talent, over and again. Now to accommodate so much of talent, because of Gujarat, 6,800 people are studying BTech in cyber security all across university. Thanks to sir also, we have joined hands with Kaushalya, the Skill University, to generate more amount of people and all. We are creating one of the largest infrastructure when it comes to cyber security in India, named as Tech Defense Cyber Valley in Ahmedabad, and the new Science City Road. Again, thanks to the government, who has provided me a very good land parcel, applying for the GCC benefit and all, and that's going to be the 150,000 square feet infrastructure which we are coming up, and that's going to be the largest ever SOC, largest ever R&D center, training center, service delivery center, incubation center, accelerator center, everything. So अगर किसी को R&D करना है R&D करेगा, startup बनाना है तो startup बेचेगा, product बेचेगा, and that's what the exact idea that we have, that even if there are 50 products from the students are coming out, out of all this engineering, mass in the Gujarat, I'm sure even if there are 48 are failed, but if 2 products will become the Zomato or Swiggy of the cybersecurity, that's my real success. So that's all about it. So the industry must own the education. Industry cannot say that we will only have faculties taking from that and do it. Yeah, thanks.
In the interest of time, I will, call this panel discussion to a close. Thank you once again, ma'am, also for extending and allowing us to take, question from the audience as well. Maybe I'll let you carry on an informal discussion subsequently, because I know the dignitaries have a hard stop and they need to make a move. So with, my humble request, please don't take this personally, but I will be unable to take any more questions. Thank you once again, panelists. You have been remarkable. Very glad to hear what the industry is doing and how the industry is evolving. We on our part are working hard to skill the workforce of the future, and we look forward to collaborating with the students, with the industry, with the academicians to take this journey forward. Thank you very much.
In last meeting, I have attended science and technology seminar before 8 months back. That time they have decided to start university in Dholera and this nearby so and so that's why. What taken action for to meet hundreds of requirement of the task force? What action is taken from this 8 months past? Got the point?
I understood your question. You want an update?
University in Dholera.
You want an update on what action
to meet
was?
these decades of the students.
Right. I am not sure we are best qualified to answer that question. We may not be up to date because the Department of Science and Technology, if that was the department conducting the panel, I think they would be best placed to answer that. So sincere apologies, but maybe you can reach out to the respective department and get that response. Point taken. If we hear anything, we'll share with you. Well,
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi Goyal, ma'am, and our esteemed panelists for such an enriching and thought-provoking discussion. If I sum up in one line about the panel discussion, I would say the future belongs to those who prepare for it today through knowledge, skill, and collaboration. So your valuable insight into the future of Industry 4.0, artificial intelligence, semiconductor manufacturing, and advanced skilling have provided meaningful direction for educators, policymakers, industries, and inspiring professionals alike. Ladies and gentlemen, let's express our sincere appreciation with a huge round of applause for our moderator and distinguished panelists for sharing their expertise and inspiring vision. Now, okay, first I'll call. As we come to the close to this enriching inaugural session, it is time to express our sincere gratitude to everyone whose presence, guidance, and support have made today's conference a grand success. To formally propose the vote of thanks, I now have the honor of inviting Mr. J.B. Mistry, sir, Regional Deputy Director, Department of Employment and Training, Vadodara Region, to kindly grace the podium. Yes, sir, please.
Good afternoon to all of you. Respected dignitaries on the dais of the dais. In today's event of panel discussion, organized under Vibrant Gujarat Conference, Regional Conference 2026, Central Region Vadodara, by Directorate of Employment and Training, first and foremost, we express our profound gratitude to the Honorable Cabinet Minister, Labor, Skill Development and Employment, Sri Kumarjibhai Bawadia sir, for their empowering address and constant guidance. We extend our special heartfelt thanks to Honorable Director of Employment and Training, Stuti Charan Madam, for warm welcome address that set a stellar direction for this summit. We also extend our sincere thanks to Dr. S.P. Singh, Director General, Kausalya, the Skill University, for gracing the event by his presence. We are immensely grateful to the organizations who joined our panel discussion. Thank you all representatives from organizations. Your discussion enriched us all. We thank all stakeholders involved in the successful exchange of 3 MOUs today, making the impactful new beginning of partnership. To our presenters, actually, due to time is running out, we haven't taken that PM Setu and NGKRM. These are the 2 schemes. That is for skill enhancement of students and upgradation of ITIs. PM Setu and NGKRM schemes already, many of the industries are conversant with the schemes that we have conducted program on 18th of June. So that scheme is very much important and for skill development. So you can get any kind of information, you can contact us for that schemes. Finally, a big thank you to the organizing committee, all participants whose presence made the event successful. Let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and skill building discussed today into the next decade. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat.
Thank you very much, sir, for your gracious word of appreciation and gratitude. Thank you. With this, we conclude the session of Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference. We wish you all a very pleasant day ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Now I request all the dignitaries to come on the dais for a group photo.